Hello, Twins fans. Welcome back to another episode of From Bailey Limestone. I'm Matt Lenz with Twins Daily, and today I want to look at what we're going to do with Kenta Maeda, or what should be done with Kenta Maeda, and what the rotation looks like without him. So if you missed it, he got pretty roughed up against New York, and after the game it was revealed that he was dealing with some elbow soreness. Thought to be not related to the Tommy John surgery, but either way, he's going to miss some time. So I think it makes sense, but Bailey Ober is going to take over his spot in the rotation for now. He did well, not great. He did well against Washington. He got the job done as a fifth starter. And that's probably kind of, I'm not going to say that's his ceiling. He can probably be more of a middle of the rotation type, but Bailey Ober is not going to be somebody that you're going to rely on as like an ace or a number one, number two pitcher, maybe even not a number three, although that probably is his like tip top ceiling. But he gets first crack at it. I think Josh Winder is next in line. He's currently in St. Paul, still rehabbing back from injury, but my guess is that he stays in St. Paul when he's activated and just continues building as a starter. And then I think we probably see Simeon Woods Richardson stay in St. Paul and make sure that he's building up, continuing as a starter. So we've kind of been cycling through long relievers here, and I think Simeon Woods Richardson is probably going to fall out of that cycle. At least that's what I would hope, just with the promise that he's shown as a starter. And maybe we see a more consistent cycle of Hedrick, Cole Sands, and maybe some other names from AAA. All that remains to be seen. That's just kind of me hypothesizing or thinking what should or might happen. So now if we look at Kenta Maeda, so if you remember before he was with the Twins, he was with the Dodgers, of course, and he was kind of used as like a starter relief pitcher hybrid. And as the season wore on, the Dodgers typically threw him in the bullpen and he became a reliever. So he has that experience, and not just experience, but he actually has had a lot of success out of the bullpen. He has 34 appearances as a reliever pitcher, and most of those are single inning relief appearances. I think out of the 34, I want to say it was 29 of them are just one inning appearances. And throughout his career as a reliever, he has an ERA about 3.2, a strikeout percentage around 34%, and a walk percentage less than 5%. Those are pretty elite numbers coming out of the bullpen. And they really only get better in medium and high leverage opportunities. So I'm not saying that Kenta Maeda should be our kind of go-to long reliever when he gets healthy. I'm saying that you could slot him in with Griffin Jax, Joan Duran, and Caleb Thielbar as a high leverage bullpen option, especially with Moran and Alcala having rough starts to the season. I think we expected a little bit more of those guys this year. Whenever he's able to return, he being Maeda, I think we could really use that bullpen help at the back end of the bullpen. In those medium and high leverage situations, his numbers really just get better. Now, if you were to look up those numbers yourself, you might say, wait, his ERA is pretty inflated or is pretty high. And I would say that's inflated based off of one start. Out of his high leverage appearances, I think there's 15 of them. 12 of them he has given up 0 earned runs. One of them he gave up 3. And when you're talking about 15 appearances, giving up 3 earned runs in that time is going to inflate that ERA. So if you really just look at kind of the game log and really take in all the information that we have, Kenta Maeda can be maybe an elite bullpen option for the Minnesota Twins. And I think at this point, given his surgery, given his age, and given the fact that he's a free agent next year and we're going to have to fill in his rotation spot anyway, I think that's the move to play moving forward. And for Kenta Maeda, I don't know that he gets another role as a starter wherever he ends up next year. If he does, maybe it's on a team like the A's who are just giving guys innings because they're just trying to fill up a roster. But I think his value is going to be as an elite reliever now, again, given his injury history and age in particular. So I'd love to see him in the bullpen. What are your thoughts on Maeda to the bullpen? Let me know in the comments. Let me know on Twitter @Lenzy2108. And let me know on YouTube, Musings from Twins Territory.